How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the live stream, the random live streams. I'm Will Robson, Marvel artist for Secret Warriors and a plethora of other things, and I'm just continuing with this page today. I've just updated my desk to a standing desk. If you look at my Twitter, you can see a picture of it. I'm quite active on Twitter more than anything else nowadays. Sorry for those Facebook followers. And we're going to continue doing some Secret Warriors stuff. I just need to make it so I can see the chat and the page at the same time. There we go. So, yesterday we were working on this panel, which I finished off last night. So here we go, there's that panel. And then today I'm going to work on this one. Oh, we've got someone in the chat. Monochrome Moose, I like your name. Hey Will, might want to make sure you're allowed to do this. Don't want to get in trouble if they find out. Yeah. Well, if I get in trouble, then you'll know because they'll all be deleted. I've seen other people do stuff like this, and it's not like, I know the rule of thumb is that as long as it doesn't give anything away, like if Captain America was going to die in the book, if I drew him dying, then that would be bad. But a 3-page panel thing, it should be okay. Okay, as you can see, I haven't got too much work done today. I've been a bit busy. That's the sound of my dog running around on the floor, which you could probably hear. Now that there's a standing desk in here, she's got a lot more room to just be a kook. So I'm just getting to it now. I'm going to try and make some sort of umbrella here. I'm getting used to standing on my feet whilst working. But it's good. I've heard all about, obviously, the health benefits and all that of having a standing desk. And honestly, over the past year, my back's been getting pretty bad. So I decided to make a change. I'm gonna make a change. McPepper Game says, "Hi Will, how long does it take you to do one page completely? Can you talk a little bit about each process, layouts, penciling, ink, maybe?" Depends on the page. This page is taking way longer than I thought. But I'm getting used to doing the scales, and there's quite a lot of background work. And even though it's 3 panels, there's a lot going on. A Talking Heads page I could get done in a day. But the action stuff can take a bit longer, which is annoying. And if I haven't properly penciled it out as well. But I don't really do too many layouts. I do some layouts for covers because it's mandatory. Otherwise I just go straight into pencils. That can take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to pencil. And then inks take the longest since I have a weird process when I work. Like I said, it just varies. Monochrome Moose says, "You've improved so much since the standard, can't remember how long ago that was." Thank you very much, that's very kind. I drew the standard in 2014, the beginning of that year, 2014, so two and a half years ago. And yeah, I've been just working hard to try and get better ever since. Luna! No. No. I'm sorry, I gotta tell my dog. Tell my dog off. So Mr. McPepper Games says, "Do you have more time as a penciler when doing your own inking?" I don't think you have more time. I mean, I've had other people ink me before. I don't like it as much as when I'm in control of it. So I wouldn't say I have more time. I think the final product is better. Let's put it that way. Now with my standing desk, I have my monitor above me, so if I miss some questions, just let me know. More time regarding the deadline. Additional time for inking. Well, since I pencil very loosely, I would say I probably have more time for inking. But people don't. I mean, it's the way they do it is it just depends on how fast you are. There are some professionals that have very slow turnaround times. Oh, frick's sake. I don't know what's going on there. I know Frank quietly, he's quite slow. But those people have gotten to a point where they're allowed to be slow because they're high ups. So they can have more time to work on it. But then it makes the rest of us look bad because they get more time to make more prettier art, like Art Adams. And then the rest of us look terrible. No, I'm only kidding. Moongirl says, do you choose if you want to be a penciler, inker, or colorist, or do they tell you what you have to do? You have to do all of it. No. No, you choose. If you're getting hired for something, you have to show them what you can do. I've had people think I'm a colorist as well, because I did color on Savage Dragon at one time, long ago, but no, I'm not a colorist. I need to repencil this guy here. Hopefully I can get this done and we can move into some pencils. I'm going to be streaming for the next hour and a half, just to let you know. Pepper says, how did you get the dragon colour job? It was a group I was in, or still am in, on Facebook, which is a Jack Kirby appreciation group, which is run by Eric Larson. So I was in that group, and so was the I don't know his official title, but he's not the editor. His fact checker, I guess. He like knows everything about the lore. So anytime Eric needs to ask him, like, "Hey, did this ever happen to the dragon?" or anything like that, then he knows exactly the answer to it. So he's super useful, and he does do some editing as well, and he's done some writing on the book too. Really nice guy. Anyway, he posted, "Does any colorist looking for work?" And it was unpaid work as well. And I wasn't a colorist, but I wanted to add some accolades to my name, so I agreed to it, but I actually couldn't even finish the job because it was a lot of work. It was for backups in Savage Dragon, and I decided to leave that project. No hard feelings. And I had no idea what I was doing, honestly. I didn't know if what type of colors I had to do, like RGB and all that stuff. Like my coloring experience was literally just like coloring myself, so I messed up a lot, and I had to do a lot of redos, and it was cutting into me doing my client work, so I wasn't making any money, and I had to step back. And that made me realize that I never want to be a colorist because I just don't enjoy it as much as penciling and inking. How's the audio on this? Because I've moved the mic into a different position. So let me know. is a hot dog stand guy. Poor guy getting his stuff eaten by a big dinosaur. Still very nice. I'm sure he's not a paying customer. I thought standard document size is 10 by 14 or 11 by 17. Also, can you explain 1200 dpi? So the size that I'm working at was the size that, like, yeah, you might use 10 by 14 or 11 by 17 paper, right? But the size of what's going on in there, the actual panels, that's what's important, and the bleed and stuff. So 11 by 17 is just a bit taller than this, and that's usually on the paper. That's where they write like your name and all of that stuff. And I'm actually working way too big. I think my dimensions are right, but 1200 dpi is the quality, and the reason I work in such a high quality, like generally it should be about 3 to 5. The reason I work in such a high quality is because I like to reuse stuff that I've done for other projects and make brushes out of it and stuff like that. So it's always high enough quality for me to go like, didn't I draw like a perfectly good car on the other page? Yeah, I'm just going to take it and put it in here and stuff like that. Which I guess is cheating to some people, but to me it's just getting the job done on time. And then after I'm done with this, I take it into Photoshop and I click a magic button and it makes it all the right size for print and stuff like that. I think I've messed this up because I placed his foot here, which means that he would be up there. Okay, I was trying to get away with not penciling so much, but I guess I got a pencil. I need to start rushing this one because I'm really behind and I need to get it done. So this guy's going to be holding a spatula. Put that foot there. What am I doing with this perspective? I can always get rid of the foot because I don't like what I'm doing. I'm going to do a cheat background. I'm going to use a 3D model. I'll show you a bit of process of that because I know some people like to understand how that works. I'm just going to cut this. And I'm going to look in my folder of stuff to see if I have already an export of a 3D model that I can use. I just need a city background. That's my dog snorting. That'd be too intense of a shot. Let's have a look. I believe I used this in Spider-Man and Deadpool. Let's just plop this in and see if it works. Yes, I do use 3D models. I know a lot of people say that's blasphemy, but I don't use them all the time. I just use them if I'm in a jam or if I think it works for the piece. It's a bit of a busy background. There's a bit too much going on there. I have no shame for using 3D model backgrounds. It's not like I can't draw it myself. Of course I can draw it myself. I would just rather cut down on the time. Am I using SketchUp to create 3D stuff? Yep, I use SketchUp. And then this model right here is a model that is on the Marvel server of New York City, so anybody can use it. So I'm sure it's been used a ton of different times by different artists. Excuse me. That's my dog trying to sit on me. I'm probably going to end up dragging all these pictures in, realise none of them work, and then try and do it myself. That's usually how it goes. John showed you how to do a technique where you turn 3D model into line work. Yep, there's ways of doing that. Freddie Williams was a good pioneer of that. Couple of simple buttons. Alright, come on, I need a city. Show me the city. Show me city. I think, honestly, that the way I've drawn it, I don't think this is going to work, is it? I'm trying to change the perspective on the fly, and that's not going to cut it. Oh, I just want to get this done. I just want to get this done. Woe is me. Let's try this one again. Oh. It's funny, I was watching a review video of Spider-Man and Deadpool, and it cracked me up because there's one page where this guy was like, now I watched a video about this guy talking about digital art, and I could see that Robson right here, this is all just a 3D model, he just copied and pasted it. And the funny thing was is that the thing he was looking at was one of the things that I actually drew by hand. It wasn't a 3D model. And there's a lot going on back there, but I'm going to put a car there. Put a happy little car. Let's look at some cars that I've exported. I got a cop car. I think that'd be too much. Okay, so just wondering, when sending pages, do you send the as PSD or do you send them as yada yada yada? I send them as TIFFs. Sometimes PSD, but layered TIFFs into the servers. Does this Volkswagen work? Let's have a look. Got a pretty little Volkswagen here. No, per second. Okay, I'm gonna have to open up SketchUp and get a model going. I should put it. Sorry, I should put it on this window so you guys can see what I'm doing, because I'm sure a lot of you. I don't think many people show this side of comics because I feel like they're a bit too embarrassed by it. But I have a big. This is all free. You can get this on Google SketchUp, Google 3D Model Warehouse. It's called. I just want a regular looking type of car. Ford Escort. Let's go with that. And a goal of mine always is, I'm sure you can tell sometimes when I use 3D models, but a big goal of mine is I still add line weights and stuff to them. I still ink them up a bit because I want them to look not as 3D model like. Let's see how much this matches up. Oops. I think that's good. File, export to graphic. So I exported that. Where is it? So when I export these images, I export them as TIFFs as well, at a very high quality, because you want them to be high quality. Just trying to cover up a lot of that black in the background because it's just too busy. Car needs to turn a bit. Should I use a bigger car? No, I should be fine. There we go. You know what? This isn't working. It's all too busy. Like I said before. I'm just going to end up deleting these and drawing it myself. I need to get this done though. This really needs to get done. Like, soon. Deadlines are going. Just going to have to repencil it. Morning, Jimmy. Oh man, this looks really boring. You know what? I have drawer's block on this. So I'm just going to save. I'm going to step back. I'm going to take a moment on it. Thank you. I was talking about the background. I don't know if you were talking about this in general, but it's not good. That background was too busy. And the one I was drawing was boring. Just like the stream, probably. The 3D model stream. This panel is a classic case of me rushing pencils. I think I was talking about it in my other streams, where I didn't spend the time really getting all the stuff done that needed to get done for me to just jump in and ink it, no questions asked. There was a lot of questions, especially in that panel. So now I'm stuck in that limbo of stuff that just needs to get done. This 3D model has a smart car in it. That's funny. It's three in the afternoon here in the jolly old UK. That's better. That's a little less busy. Let's just change the perspective a bit. You want me to move it down more? I'm just trying to cover up that smart car that's below his chin. That's better. Those shapes work. Glad to see people popping into the stream. beef up some of these lines back here that need beefing up. Another thing I'm going to try is there's a brush I got recently, which is a crowd. And I've never used it before. I don't even know where I put it. It's in here. Extra. There it is. Look at these people. See how well this works. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Was it just one person? I have to like do it like that. Let me do a stream of them then. Look at all these cheaty ways to get work done. Doodle doo 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 doo. Gee, I need to. Oh, I see. If I just go. Well, duh, that makes sense. Why was I making it so hard on myself? This is all stuff you won't even notice in the panel anyway, but it's just little details of drive. The colorist mad. Look, there's people walking. You're gonna make your wife start watching my stream so she can see how awesome digital art is? Awesome. Well, I'm glad that I'm helping people with that. I'm a very big pioneer for the digital arts. I think for the business of making comics, there's so many turnaround times with stuff that if you can just add and it looks good. Like when I see digital models in comics and it's done right, I think it looks awesome. Where's that escort? Can we drop this back in there? Or is that overkill? Let's have a look. I think maybe if I just show a bit of it. Go over here. No, it's not facing the right way there. You like the civilians in the back? Thank you. I love doing, if you look at any of my work, I love having like people that where it's just like the outline of them. Capullo did it a lot in Spawn. I always thought it was just a really cool look because the colors can like fade the color across them. Uh-oh. Oh, please don't crash on me. Okay, good. Better save. Computer's freaking out a bit. I think I need to close some windows I got open. that make the thing? I can't see it. Oh, I hate when it does this. There we go. There we go. Tell you what, it's weird drawing standing up. Definitely not used to that. Give damage to the hot got caught. Yep, that's coming in the final link bit. I'm adding that with the final links because it's easier to do it there. No, I'm not going to do that. That's a cool Easter egg, but ain't nobody got time to draw Jurassic Park Easter eggs in the back. This page was supposed to be done yesterday midday. To put it in perspective how much it's holding back my schedule. So I'm just getting in here and I'm getting this beast done. Because I have, when this is done, I have 3 pages due for Monday, so I have to work this weekend, sadly. I won't be streaming, I'm just going to be focusing and getting it done. Man, I feel like I have major drawers block right now. I know my lines are flowing. How's my day been? It's been kind of shitty, to be honest. Excuse my language. I woke up late, about an hour later than I should have. And then I, for some reason, decided, I looked at my desk and I realized I could adjust it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn it into a standing desk. And that took nearly 2 hours to do. And I was yelling and stubbing toes and I couldn't get screws loose, and I'm not much of a handyman, so it was a real bad decision to decide to do it on a work day. I honestly thought it was going to take like half an hour. It took way longer, so I only got about 25 minutes of work done before lunch, which was Devil Dinosaur back there. And then I had lunch, and now I'm doing work on this, but my landlord's coming, and my dog's been, she had an accident inside, and I have drawers block as well. For some reason I don't feel like I'm on my game right now. I think it's because the pressure of this deadline's getting to me, but I just gotta push through it. How's your day going? How you doing? See you, Jimmy. Does anybody know when the Punisher show is going to come out? Because I really want to watch that. Drink a few beers. That would be lovely. That's the plan when I finish work. My fiance's going out to eat with her work friends, and I've got time to myself, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to watch, because I think we usually watch everything together, but she's not into superhero stuff. She's not into any fantasy stuff. Anything that's remotely nerdy, she's not into at all. So anytime she's like, oh, I'm going to have a bath or something like that, I scramble through TV, you know, all the streaming stuff to try and find something to watch, and I can never find anything in time. and I ended up spending the whole time just searching for stuff or just watching an old movie because I just know that it's reliable. So, you say it comes out November 17th? Okay, cool. Looking forward to that. Give me some recommendations, guys. I have Now TV. I've got Netflix. I've got Amazon Prime. Bear in mind, these are the English versions, so some stuff may be different. But I want to sink my teeth into something that I could watch that I don't think that my fiancé would really like. Because right now I've just been watching this thing called Hoarders Buried Alive on YouTube, which is an old TV show from TLC. And oh my god, it's the best. I'd have an upset, like, because I'm kind of a bit of a neat freak. So I love watching those hoarder shows where people are just and there was this one person that was like a trash hoarder, and their house was full of cockroaches, and it was disgusting. I loved every minute of it, so I may watch that if I can't watch anything else. So would you rather me watch Hoarders Buried Alive, or what's people's recommendations? Let's see. The Orville, what's that? Describe that to me. Do you have some influence about what to draw next? Like, for example, let's say you are interested in drawing issues of the Punisher. Is there a chance you can spread the word about it at Marvel? Funnily enough, ages ago, the first book I worked on was Star-Lord, and the editor for that book also works on the Punisher. And I emailed them saying, just to let you know, I am a massive Punisher fan, and I would love the chance to for one day work on the character. And they said, oh, send me samples of your more serious looking artwork. Because you know me, like, I mean, look at this, I'm drawing a kid eating a hot dog. So I said, I don't really have anything. I sent them a few things, and I drew a picture of Captain America that looked a bit more serious. And they said, oh, thanks, we'll keep you in mind. But I think they were like, yeah, right. Because, man, I would love to draw the Punisher. He's like, Captain America's my favourite, Punisher's my second favourite. As a kid, it was Spider-Man and Batman. I still love Batman. But, I mean, they do ask when you first start, who's your favourite characters, because the thing is that they know that if you work on the characters that you like down the line, not straight away if they're big time characters, they're going to get better work out of you. So they asked me, who do you like? And I was like, Captain America, Punisher, Star Wars, Deadpool, Spider-Man, and luckily I got to do Spider-Man and Deadpool, which was awesome. But they're good like that. They do care. You know, they do, even though like I'm still freelance, they do treat me like I'm a full-time employee, which is super nice. Okay, sorry, I haven't looked at the chat. Stranger Things Season 2 on Netflix. Also show. Wait, Season 2 is out? Is Season 2 out of Stranger Things? I loved the first season. If that's out, then that's what I'm definitely watching. I may have to turn the stream off right now and go watch it. The Orville is basically Star Trek, but with some humour. I'm not a Star Trek fan, I will say that. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. But I hate Star Trek. I'm sorry. It's just not for me. I think all the politics of Star Trek, I completely agree with. They're like my... I hope one day we end up like in a universe like Star Trek where there's no racism and every, you know, exploration of planets and stuff. I mean, I'm really into space in general. But there's just something boring about Star Trek. I can't describe it. Cannot get into it. Sorry to disappoint. Even though I tried out to draw Star Trek, the book, the comic, but I didn't get the job because my people looked too cartoony, and they wanted me just to trace heads of screenshots from the film. Do people actually like that? Like, just traced heads for comics? Like, I mean, bear in mind, like, I have a 3D model city, but you know, I drew this head. Will be out soon, so it isn't on Netflix, so I can't go watch that tonight. So you're a liar, and your pants are on fire. Stranger Things was a weird one. It took me a little while to get into it. It wasn't. It took me like 4 episodes to finally be like, alright, I'm into this show. I think it's because I'm a kid of the 90s, and I think that show's playing to kids of the 80s. Because it's like a huge nostalgic rush. But I slowly got on board for it. Great soundtrack. And 11 is awesome. If I ever got to make a movie of Leave None Alive in the next like 2 or 3 years, I would hire 11, the actress, to play my lead role. Mark my words, that's going to happen, folks. Leave None Alive is going to be this big movie, or TV show, Netflix original series. I'm going to produce it. You're going to see 11 as Elizabeth, the main character, who's British. She's perfect. You like the way I line? Thank you very much. Am I watching Doctor Who? No, I'm also not a Whovian. All the Who's down in Whoville are not in the Robson household. I didn't grow up on it because I moved to America when I was 7, and I don't know, wasn't into it. I've tried to watch Doctor Who, and I've tried to watch Star Trek, and I just couldn't. If anybody's just joined the chat now, I'm looking for people to give me recommendations, because I'm going to have a couple hours to myself tonight in front of the TV, and I need something to watch. Otherwise I'm just going to spend the whole time searching for something. I'm going to blame it on all of you guys. I'll tell you some things I have watched. I've seen Breaking Bad. I watch the spin-off Better Call Saul, which I think is better than Breaking Bad. I watch Walking Dead. I watch Vikings. I watch... what else do I watch? House of Cards. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Bob's Burgers, South Park. Rick and Morty. Luke Cage, I thought that was the worst series Marvel put out. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I think Iron Fist was the worst one they put out. Those Netflix series aren't very good. The Daredevil is amazing. Jessica Jones was okay. And Luke Cage and Iron Fist were really bad. And I've only seen 2 episodes of The Defenders, and I just had to turn it off because I just thought it was awful. I don't know what they're doing over there, but the plots are generic. The dialogue is awful. I mean, the acting's good, except for Iron Fist. He's terrible. It's a shame, because I really think there was potential to have a really good Power Man and Iron Fist show just called Heroes for Hire, and play off their dynamic together. Not all this, the hands behind everything. Leave that needs to stay in the Daredevil universe. That being said, though, I saw the Punisher trailer, and I felt like I was back in 2001 with that Metallica going off, like I was about to go watch some Attitude Era wrestling and play with Super Soakers. What was the last Secret Wars you did? Secret Wars? You're talking about Secret Wars. I'm doing it right now. Where am I originally from? The accent sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. I grew up in Tunbridge Wells, and then when I was 7, I moved to New Jersey, and I lived there for, how long? 11 years, and then I went to university in Vermont for 2 years, and then I moved back to the UK, and I finished university in Kent, so my accent's a bit all over the place. A lot of the times I just sound a bit Australian, because it's the blend of the American and the English. And for a long time in America, I put on a fake American accent because as a kid, I was just trying to like fit in. And it wasn't until I was, how old was I? 19 that I went back to speaking just the way I usually do, because it was weird. Like, people would come over to my house, so I'd talk to my parents on the phone in my regular accent, and then everyone else would be like, "Hey guys, how's it going? I'm American Will." So I called that nonsense out. Yes, my American sounds like Stanley. "Hiya guys, it's me, Will Robson. It's American Will. You guys want to get cheeseburgers today? Egg sandwich." You said Luke Cage Season 2 is going to be Heroes for Hire? Well, as long as that's Danny Bland's in it, then I think it's going to be terrible. Personally. What was the last Secret Heroes? What number? What the last one to come out? I think it was number 7. You know what? We should play a game. Well, it's going to be... it will be a long game, but I wonder if the colorist is going to make this ketchup or mustard. I bet he's going to do ketchup, mustard, or mustard, ketchup. I bet they won't be both mustard or both ketchup. And I wonder if he's going to catch the sauerkraut I've put underneath. We're going to a party. Let's get it started. Get more in the toilets. Mustard, you think? So come on, guys! I need some more. Shows that I can potentially watch. I really wish they made a new mob show. I miss The Sopranos so much. It'd be cool if they did a mob show based post-prohibition, like post-war as well, like 50s mob. That'd be cool. Or 60s mob. I also wish they just made a James Bond TV show as well. They should take the Ian Fleming books, put James Bond back in the 60s, and get on with it. What's Lucifer about? I saw that. Gotham, I was watching it. I got disinterested in it. The Flash, I can't watch it. It's so cheesy. I can't stand it. My brother watches The Flash and he says it's a guilty pleasure because it is. It's too CW, if you know what I mean. I used to watch Smallville back in the day, and that was painful enough. The Blacklist? What's Blacklist? I tell you what was good was Black Mirror. Holy cow, that was like some of the best TV I've ever seen. That was real creative writing if I've ever seen it. If anybody's never seen Black Mirror, they started making episodes for Netflix. And it's basically every single episode is its own story. It's kind of like a modern day Twilight Zone, basically. And oh my goodness, is it just the best. I love it so much. The episode where, with the bribing, and the kid runs around with the guy from Game of Thrones. And they have to do stuff, otherwise their secret gets revealed. That's some crazy stuff. What's this loose hot dog doing here with no mustard? There we go. Some black mustard. Lucifer leaves hell, residing in LA as owner of a nightclub, works beside a cop to help solve cases and such, pretty much. I have to watch a trailer. I'm very picky. I'm a bit pretentious because I went to film school, okay? I went to film school. I graduated with a high-class honorary degree, which every time I say that, my whole family rolls their eyes. And that's why I say it, because I like to stir the pot. But I'm very opinionated about television and film. Because when it's good, it's good. And when it's mediocre, it's mediocre. If people are just joining the stream, please give me television ideas, because I'm going to have some time tonight to watch TV and I want to start a new TV show. So there's new numbers in there. I know that's why you all came in the stream, to suggest your favourite TV shows. I've been to the mother effing out on top. I got a song stuck in my head that I can't really sing out loud because it's full of curse words. 3 to the 1 to the 1, 2, 3. I like good bleep and I like good trees. I'm going to a party. Let's get it started. I need to finish off this page and move on to another page. I'm a menace. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be singing on live streams. I see I lost a few viewers on that. I wish I could play music, but it's all copywritten. So they would just delete the audio. I hate that. Like, I'm totally cool with not having it monetized. I don't care about it. I don't make any money off these videos. But no, now if you have any song or anything in your video, they delete the video. Well, the audio, I mean. Like, there's the squirrel girl drawing on my channel. The audio was removed. So I played some sort of song that they don't want on YouTube, which is fair, I guess. But who's gonna, like, go into my stream and like rip a song off of that? Because they're gonna get me singing over it, that's for sure. Sorry, I should stop rambling. McPepper Games says, how much time do you spend on one completed comic issue? About anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. And what I usually do is, in the beginning of the deadline, I have plenty of time, so I sometimes go, you know what, I'm going to get back to this tomorrow. And then I don't work weekends, and then by the time week 5 rolls around, I start crying. And then I realise I have to work on weekends. last Christmas I had to work because I was so far behind. And the goal this year is not to do that. I do not want to work on Christmas this year. That sucked last year. Alexandrios, hey Will, do you get time to work on your own stuff today? I didn't because I spent the morning building a standing desk, which I thought was going to take half an hour and it ended up taking 2 hours, so I had to cut out, sadly, working on Leave None Alive, which made me cry. A lot of things make me cry, guys. I'm very emotional. Love drawing these dinos, adding all these like wrinkles and stuff. I think a dinosaur is like one of the other things you can add tons of wrinkles to and it doesn't look old. So, just a little insight here, I'm adding my lines closer to, like here, just to show from afar that it looks a bit grey in that area, to show that, you know, the underside of the stomach is away from light. And then I think I'm going to see what spot black looks like there. Looks bad. So I'm going to do the same thing. So what's everyone's favourite way to watch live streams? What do you prefer to watch them on? I'm choosing YouTube because it's the only one I know that emails people when you're going live, so you always have an audience, which is good. I'm sorry if people are getting sick with all my zooming in and out and spinning of pages. YouTube. I love these things on dinos. These bit of flap of the gum, so cool looking. Do work or drawing as well? Doing work and drawing as well. Also, I have to mention that the details on the dinosaur is absolutely gorgeous. I love the way you draw him. Thank you very much. Is your name pronounced Jerry Ann? If so, thank you very much, Jerry Ann. It's very kind. You make me feel good. Now, if every comic critic could be as nice as you, then maybe as famous as Jim Lee. No, and so far, all the reviews have been mostly positive for the stuff that I've done. Haven't you been on one of Box Office Artist streams? I think I've met you there before. Yep, I've been on there. And thanks. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's not been streaming recently, has he? At least I haven't been paying attention. He's a good dude. Nice dude. He hasn't. Well, you need to message him and be like, "Oi, you prick, get on it." Just like that. Stop slacking. Skulls will be cracking. Hot dogs, get your hot dogs. Hot dogs here. Get your hot dogs, mommy. And what I'm doing here is just adding a bit of lines to show there's a bit of separation in the gum there, and then I'm going to add a couple of ticks in the wall, big white spots to show that it's not just suddenly a blank canvas. There's still scale there, it's just not as strong as other places. And what I'm doing now is making it so it looks like he's punching and biting into it, so it's not just his teeth around it like an action figure. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Trying to make out what art you should do. Any tips? I think you should draw Devil Dinosaur. Jacob says, I like YouTube because there's the notifications and the auto upload of the videos afterwards. Yep, definitely me too. So I'll be streaming for about another half an hour, maybe less. I'm not going to go into pencils, sadly. It looks like I'm going to be finishing this off, and then I need to just tidy up my house a bit because my landlord's coming because he wants to see the new tiles that were installed. So I got to make sure that there's no filth. I wonder if anybody's ever had their landlord over and just not cleaned up. I feel like when you know your landlord's coming over, you're gonna clean up, even if the place isn't messy, but it can, I can throw away a couple things. You gotta go. See you, bud. Well, Jerry Ann, I guess not a bud. See you. See ya. Man, my brain is broken right now. I generally have a YouTube art tutorial up while drawing, so I'm usually on YouTube anyway, so that's a very good thing to do. I definitely recommend checking out Jim Lee's channel because he's been uploading Up a Storm recently, and his live streams have been full of little nuggets of wisdom on stuff. I've already picked up a couple things. On his Wonder Woman video, I'll show it to you guys, he did this thing about drawing shields, especially Captain America's shield. And how to get it like perfect is like obviously you like put the X through it. But he what did he do again? I can't even remember. I can't even remember what he did. But he did. Oh, I can't remember. He made points, and then you connected it to make like the perfect like Captain America shield or something like that. I can't remember. I have to go rewatch it. But he did little cool stuff explaining just his thought process behind things, and there was little nuggets in there that I was like, man, that's some useful information. I will have to go back and watch that because I don't remember it. And it was really useful stuff. You think I should black out the people in the background, but you decide? The people? No, definitely not. If anything, the colors can make them darker and choose the value that they want to do. I don't like doing that. I think it's a much cooler look to have, because when you think about it, when this is going to be in color, these are probably going to be dark, and it's a much cooler look than just solid black. Solid black is, to me personally, it's boring. That's why if you look at my work, it's all very grey, because what I want to do is make the colors have as much freedom as possible with stuff. Like even now looking at this right here, this is just boring in black. It's just 1, 2, that's the way I look at it. It's just 1 color, 2 color, white and black, where if you can add a bunch of little lines, then you get a bunch of grey, and that looks really cool to me. And if they were black, they would also pop, and the point is that I want to push them into the background so that they don't pop. I don't want them to be something that sticks out. You don't have a weird style, I'm the one that has a weird style. Most people would just turn it black, but that's not what I do. Like if you look at someone like Ryan Stegman, he like barely has any white nowadays on his pages. He goes pretty heavy on the blacks, but I'm not really into adding a lot of blacks. I like building up stuff to make it grey. Like this is I'll do like some spot blacks. I always do black eyebrows mostly, and a drop shadow under the chin, but besides that, not much. Let's add just a tiny bit more detail to this car. That's my dog snoring, by the way. She's bored. I was going to put something there, but I'm not going to. Oop, almost missed this cheeky paw down there. Whew, I think that is done. That page took way longer than it should have. That was like, it took nearly 2 days to get that done. But it looks cool. I think it's the best looking page I've done for the book so far. Thanks. Let's close up this stuff that we're not using anymore. And that's going to be a wrap for this video. I've got to go and clean my house for my landlord. And then I'm going to spend the next hour penciling. And then I'm going to try and find something to watch. No thanks to any of you jabronis. I guess I'm going to have to find something to watch by myself. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm not going to stream over the weekend, but I'll be back Monday. I may not be. I may be back Thursday with something. Oh, I'll do my Leave No Life stuff anyway. Okay, see you guys.